Okay, I think we're live. So, hello everyone. We are here in an epic, unique, unforgettable showdown versus two one of the best players in the community. We have Geo, who is probably very good at geography, I would have guessed. And he's playing hunters, which can be very important for them, to all know all the geographical names in this game, versus none other than my personal favorite, Mistergreen, who, despite his nickname, is not a greenhorn. He is very experienced, wild, creative, and fun player to play with and against, and actually very scary. He is really good at guessing and knowing what the other side may want to do and prefer not to not happen. And with me, I have someone very special, the second most funniest member of our community. It is Captain Gyro. Welcome.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Captain Gyro. Thank you for having me and for that lovely introduction.
Uh, okay, now I just want to make sure that we are actually live. Mm, how do I do this? So unfortunately, the first part of the game is usually fairly boring, so you don't need to be worried too much about some technical difficulties. But this is my first stream ever. Okay, I see. We are probably live.
hmm I'm on your channel, and it seems like we're good.
Okay, can people comment? Are the comments on? They should be.
Yeah, Scott Sword.
This is
Scott
my
Sword's
first
here.
stream.
He is hyped to enjoy the game.
Scott Sword, yeah, welcome, welcome. So yeah, he's saying that he's low energy, but never low enough for some Fear of Dracula game. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Let me just post on. Okay, let me some post. Okay. Okay, and we can focus on the game. So we have the classic start. I don't really know much about Geo. Do you can you make some introduction about Geo?
Gio's a bit of a rising star these days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was in the, if I'm not
Shiny.
mistaken, he was in the New
So
Blood tournament.
he's like shiny, big, and hot.
Yeah, you could say that. You could say that. A meteoric rise to the top.
But meteors fall down.
Precisely.
Okay, he was in the New Blood tournament, if I'm not mistaken, and performed adequately. I wish I could recall exactly how well he did. I don't really remember off the top of my head, but he did. He did
But you don't
okay.
have to. No one does. You can just make up results. You can say that he had took like third place. Who will check that?
He had a terrific performance. We'll say
Okay.
that.
Okay.
And went on to participate in this tournament, where he's now made the cut all the way up to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I mean,
So there's no question he's been around for a bit, and he's been doing a good job
he is.
catching
This
those
is.
Draculas.
Yeah, this is very high stakes. It's quarterfinal, so in the tournament there were like quite a lot of people, like over 20, right? He is right now in the top 8 after playing some 20 games or so, like over 20 games. And in previous weeks, he has beaten a higher seeded. Who is playing against? Let me check. Mm. Did he play against Snuffleupagus? Yeah. Snuffleupagus had some good results too lately, but
Oh, Snuff's been playing great. But yeah, you're right.
yeah, okay.
He's defeating the higher seeded players to get where he is.
Yeah. Do you know anything about his play style as hunters, or like his preferences, or like his trademark moves?
I wish I could tell you. To be honest, I'm not totally sure.
Okay. Mm, so we'll be discovering this together. Uh, yeah. Scott Sorkin confirms that we're not lying. Behind the fog. Yeah.
Now we will see him choose the fog.
I would be surprised.
Okay. I
Yeah.
know that when he draws behind the veil, he likes to choose fog.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
The Team Garlic Farmers. Oh, let's not forget. Yeah, he was also in the Immortal Invitational.
Yeah, when said so he played a lot of Fear of Dracula this year. Like this is his third tournament this year, right?
So it would seem.
Nice. Okay.
What a trooper! Yeah, way to put in the effort.
Yeah.
And look where it's got him. Taking down higher seeded people, and now he's got a chance to win the whole thing with just a few more wins, little more hard work.
Yeah, like getting to the half finals. How is it? How is it in English? Not quarterfinals,
The
but
semifinals.
Semifinals. You're right. Almost sound like a seminary. Semifinals. Yeah, that would be like a really big achievement, especially for someone who like joined about this year, right? I'm not sure how if he was active last year. Maybe Scott sort knows because he like organizes everything in this community anyway. So, but I can say a lot about Mistergreen, to be honest. Which might be surprising because we missed each other in almost in basically any tournament. We haven't played a tournament game against each other ever because a year ago in the World Cup we actually were different groups and he got eliminated before he managed to play with me. But we played a ton. Like we experimented together a lot of stuff, and I think Mistergreen is the player that I played most against. And what I like about him is that he can be switching styles. It's not like he is very dedicated to some specific way of playing. He can be creative on a spot. And so when, for example, he can be very efficient in his plays, both as Draculas and Hunters, but he can switch the styles and start being tricky, start being jumpy, start trying to guess another players. And I think his most trademarky, I would say, is that he tries to guess his opponent, to understand his opponent, and somewhere along the game, stop playing meta and start playing opponent to cut some corners. And he can really win big. I believe he can win any game. But if he guesses wrong, he can basically lose any game too, which is funny. But he is like very experienced player in the sense that he knows a lot of styles in this game and can switch between them fluently, even mid game.
And even to guess what Dracula is going to do based on styles that you've seen previously.
Yeah.
For example, guessing that Dracula's likely been to Athens, and so that you should put down a hired scouts in Valona.
Yeah,
to reveal Dracula there.
But this is pretty classic.
Oh, what are you saying? This happens frequently?
I mean, I'm saying that checking Valona is fairly frequent. right?
Why? Does Dracula
Because
like Valona?
I think that checking Valona checks also Athens and like checks some East. Maybe I probably shouldn't have interrupted you because you were onto something, highlighting some place, talking cool about people, and I'm like, well, not impressive.
Look
That's
at that. He went to Athens and he
he
played the
was.
hide card.
Oh no! Like the most OG play in the whole entirety of Fear of Dracula.
There's sort of a dominance factor there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Though, like Dracula's like, yeah, I went to Athens and I hid there too. What are you gonna do about it, bub?
Yeah, actually extremely hard to do anything about this. Like, if hunters will start moving next day,
It is
uh,
way early.
one, they may even not catch up. Like, let's assume one of Mina or Godalming has a horse, perfectly rolls two turns in a row. If the hide carry spots, that's still not enough. So yeah, that's really the power of Athens. Yeah, there's no rumor, which is interesting, which might incline that it can be hoax. Or that Mistergreen forgot.
Yeah.
Because this is very Mistergreen, I would say. But hoax is scary. Mina has a horse.
Yeah. Bodyguards wouldn't be so bad for him either.
Yeah, but all that effort. I mean, that would be funny if hunters put like a lot of effort to stop it, and that was
Yeah.
just bodyguards and like.
Right. Yeah. And then you still have the hoaxes to delay them for later. I mean, we all love that big, sexy effect where you get to steal a Dracula card, right?
Oh man, like
But okay, but hear me out, okay?
I'm
Obviously,
hearing you
that's
out.
what you want,
Yeah.
but it's very limited as to when Dracula is going to actually be able to pull that off, right? Like he might get it at the very beginning of the game,
Yes.
and then if he doesn't get it, then the window for getting the hoax starts to get smaller and smaller.
Yeah,
and
like
smaller.
it is.
You
it
can
is
still do tricky stuff like you could wolf form from Munich and put down a hoax in Florence or something like that. Like there's stuff he can still do to mature a hoax, but it becomes less and less and less likely the longer the game goes on that it's actually going to happen. I think that's why its second effect is actually somewhat underrated because they search it and get delayed, and that's just awesome. That's just great for Dracula if he can use that delay to his advantage.
Yeah, it is. It is really important, really good. And by the way, Mina traded with Godalming. Godalming has a horse, and Mina has bullets now, which is very interesting. Why would you ever shoot bullets? Like, if you have a weapon, you prefer to show a weapon, right? Because you may reveal it anyway. If you this is interesting. We know that Mina doesn't have a horse. Maybe she doesn't have a weapon. Maybe she has like crucifix and heavenly host.
Did she maybe draw the bullets first? And
No. At night.
No, it was after the trade.
Yes, after the
bullets. Okay.
Yes.
That is odd. Maybe it's super massive brain play where you like trick Dracula into thinking that you have a gun with holy bullets, but actually it's a knife.
Yeah, that could be tricky. Okay. This is.
That's a little crazy.
I respect that a lot by Mistergreen. I think this is how you should discard a rifle. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is how you should play as Dracula.
Aggressive.
Really. Yeah, I mean, this is a defensive play in a sense. He really wants to mature the Athens.
Mm-hmm.
And why not?
He's simultaneously putting up a little fortress around Athens.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's also playing a bit of get out of my way Dracula, if that makes sense.
I would say otherwise.
like-
He's saying, I am in your way. You know?
Yes,
You shall not pass.
yes, but I mean, if Dracula wants to make his way to Zagreb and then Munich, there's, it's up to them to prove that there's something they can do about that, right? Like that they can retaliate.
This early. I don't know. And interestingly, like if Athens is, let's say, aristocratic, then cool, like, okay, the trade between Helsinki and Godalming, let's see.
Yeah, I mean, it clears hide and it clears one encounter.
Yeah, that actually
yeah, it's actually pretty cool at this point. That's not so big a deal for Dracula.
A lot of value.
I didn't think about it. It's clever to, if you do anticipate maturing a vampire, maybe you want to get in a fight, right? Because you can do what he's done here. You use your spy to ambush and get value out of it. And now if the vampire matures, that's okay, because you got a little value anyway.
Okay, I have another news for you. Do you know why Helsinki traded with Godalming?
Why? To give him Lucy's revenge?
To take an event away from Godalming.
Ooh, it must have been a good one.
Yeah, so he isn't going to fight or defend, he's just preparing for potential Godalming death. Interesting. Yeah, like it. Okay.
Didn't hand him a planned ambush or anything like that. Yeah.
Took
it off of him, if anything.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. I wonder what Mistergreen does here.
Taking on the vampire without any events is very difficult.
And like with horse and one item, right? Okay. Really good start.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you don't have the one-on-one, or if you don't have the multi-hunter combat, the events pick up the slack of the hunters who are missing, right?
Yeah,
you're in a one-on-one, but it's a one-on-one with a planned ambush and a Sister Agatha.
Oh yeah,
it's very different.
Yeah,
those events pick up some of the slack.
That's true. That's true. Oh. He decided that's really clever. So he could have taken like one influence here and a bite. I might have took the chance, to be honest, if I were him. Maybe he didn't have fangs, but then still you have some time. You can like claw. But he just took off, and all that effort to find where Dracula was, then stepping on him, right? All of that. And he can be almost anywhere on the map soon. Prague and go to the Europe, go back to the east. That was quick battle, yeah. That's one of the...
Yes, there's...
Yeah.
There's good and bad here, right? I mean, you pretty much hit the nail on the head. Yeah, all this work, and Dracula's probably not going to see much out of it. And also, they know where he is, and his trail is laid bare, and all this. But on the plus side, he's going to be gone.
Yeah.
I mean, he could potentially wolf form, or heck, he might just move one space and then misdirect and then wolf form or something like that. I mean, the guy can go practically anywhere he wants at this point. It's gonna be up to them to figure out where that is.
Yes, that's true.
I love early escape as bad.
This is what is extremely scary for hunters. It's not like the early fights. It's not only about that you can lose an item or bite or damage. It just the trail is almost reset. Like the next encounter can be anyway between Prague, Galatz, and actually Prague or anywhere on the east, right? And what are you going to do? Search for all of those locations, supply more, and that may give him some another mature or some desperate moves from hunters.
There's one good thing. We know he didn't go to Athens.
Yeah. Yeah. We do.
Couldn't be there.
The cool thing is that the Geo preemptively moved Mina to Munich, which
Well played.
yes, so prepared for the worst possible bat escape.
I like that a lot. Yeah, I think if I'm Dracula, I probably went to 46, maybe. Then you go to
46,
50 on the next turn.
but
start
46 is like close to Athens to Godalming anyway. Why not? You know,
spread them out. Yeah, maybe go north and try to get to Prague.
yeah. Or I mean, you can leave. You can go to like Klausenburg, leave something in Galatz, and start moving again. And you know, Galatz is very awkward location. Maybe Klausenburg, especially that Mina moved away from the Klausenburg, right?
You could have even misdirected to move back there, right?
Yeah.
You go to Galatz and then misdirect Klausenburg, move back to Klausenburg.
Yeah. And oh, Long Night. Interesting. So if Hide is bats, Long Night is devastating here. Just to clarify, Long Night allows you to move at night. Okay. But with the cost of drawing Dracula, drawing even cards from the bottom. Oh no.
Also, it says he would go to 11. Oh no, it is a bat.
Yeah. 11. Yeah, cool.
No. This is bad.
So now, the thing is that when hunters move at night, you draw an event card from the bottom and discard it. If this is a hunter card, where you use a hunter card. If this is a Dracula card, Dracula gets that card. So now, because Godalming will move at night, it might give Dracula card, which is devastating. Like, oh no!
And even though he's moving by the effect of bats rather than by the effect of Long Night.
Yes, because Long Night says that if hunters move at night.
Yep, pretty brutal. Hopefully it's, blood transfusion.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's the other Long Night.
Or maybe it will be CG, and maybe it will be, will it be face up? And we will see that?
Don't talk. No, it'll be face down, but don't talk like that.
Don't be rude, right? That's what you.
CG.
Yeah. Oh. But this is the power of Athens start. How early hunters reveal it, and they just got punished for trying to stop it. Like, Athens is such a strong starting position.
Oh, and what if he gets hit with bats, right? Okay, here's the card. It's a Dracula card.
Let's see.
First he has to ambush.
Maybe. What if that's Wait.
No ambush.
Wait,
no, it didn't reveal a card.
Was that changed?
Perhaps it was changed. Not that I knew about.
But no ambush in Valona, that's interesting.
That is interesting.
No card. To be honest,
probably shouldn't grant the card anyway.
Yeah, that's not too bad, because Long Night is very bad card anyway. Why make it even worse by bats? But I mean, good to know. I guess it might have been changed somewhere along the line with the more Immortal update. Okay, so all that effort, and Dracula got what he wanted, like even more than he wanted, to be honest. So yeah, power of Athens, like Athens start. Oh my, so good. I have good
what
memories.
Do you do there?
Where?
Do you not go after Athens at all? Do you just supply your way like crazy? Do you
I
try
guess
to catch Dracula in a 2-on-1 instead of a 1-on-1?
it depends on what is possible for you.
What your resources are.
Yeah, let's say he had 2 horses. Yeah, then maybe try to go 2v1 versus Dracula, and maybe then to double Athens. Maybe he sense of emergency, maybe forewarned.
Maybe let Dracula go for now and just double up on Athens. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you don't have tools to be prepared for like bats, all right. Especially like now, Dracula knows what he has in hand. So if Dracula plans for that start, it's probably not like rats on a hide card, right? So yeah.
Hunter's moving, Seward moving, Van Helsing moving. What's
Yeah.
Mina gonna do?
I mean, she has Long Night and Garlic Reg, so probably she should supply. She still has some stuff to do. Yeah. When in doubt, supply. It is really good in the game design that Dracula doesn't have supply action.
Oh, if Dracula could supply, it'd be so overpowered. Yeah.
But also, like, do you imagine a game just both sides just staying in place and supplying? That would be super boring.
Yes, it would not be asymmetrical enough. I agree. But it would also be kind of overpowered if Dracula could just grab an event card and then he gets a couple of items. So now he has guns he can use in the combat. He can use knives against you in the combat. I mean, crucifixes would be pretty useless, I admit. But
yeah. Or garlics.
And I guess he wouldn't really want to use a gun on you when he can just claw you. It would do more damage.
Yeah, but on the other hand,
the knife,
yeah.
The knife would be pretty good. Yeah.
Oh no, why did he search that? He has a knife. So wow, Godami was actually well prepared. He had the rifle and knife.
What did we see the rifle?
To the spies.
Oh, the spy took it.
Yeah. So he could have, instead of punch, play knife, and he would be laughing. That would hurt Dracula a bit.
Yeah, but he might have strengthened it.
Yeah. And then imagine losing rifle and knife so early, right?
Pretty bad.
Yeah. Okay, that's. So probably Athens is hoax. Everything points to that. Saboteur. Okay.
Saboteur with bats.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Bats. Hide with bats, and then bodyguards right after. Yeah, he was hoping, best case scenario, you actually mature both of them, but there's also a world where maybe the bodyguards can ambush and actually get a delay.
Yeah, like the spies.
Or maybe they're searched and they get a delay.
Yeah,
and then that protects the host.
It was totally plausible scenario where Godaming is with Stake, right, and tries to stop like vampire or something.
Yeah, he did get spied.
Yeah, so that was like really the dream trail for Dracula. Hoax, bats, bodyguard, spies, right? And even like a free escape as bats along the way. Okay. So it isn't the best, like this is extremely good start for Dracula. Let's see how can he capitalize on that.
He didn't wolf form.
No, I mean, why wolf form? He had better wolf form with the bats.
Yes, but I mean, on the quote unquote bright side, like at least he didn't wolf form, so wherever he is, he's not as far away as he could be,
I don't.
theoretically.
That's a good check actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's a
Yeah, I
good
like that.
move because
Gets
he
you back to a city because he needs the supply anyway.
exactly, and you check an important spot. I don't think Dracula should wolf form. Imagine he will get fined today with newspapers, and then what? You are like half a week without a wolf form.
I tend to agree with you. Yeah, I think while wolf form after escape as bats is really really scary, it's not really needed here. It's better
Yeah,
to do something like that if like all the hunters are behind you and you're actually like just getting involved,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like let's say you had two hunters in Spain and the other two were in Bordeaux, right? And you got in a fight in Bordeaux
yeah,
with the
yeah,
two of them, and you escaped as a bat. Well, then maybe then I would wolf form, right? Because you're really creating a lot of distance at that point.
yeah. But
Um,
the
it's just
bats.
Godalming and Mina. What are you worried about? Yeah, just bat
Yeah,
away and
yeah. Also,
nothing,
bats is
no
distance and
fuss.
obfuscation enough by itself.
Enough. Yeah.
How
Yeah.
how much more? How much do you want actually, right?
Right.
Especially that if you have bats and you will not use wolf form, then you can build some trail. They find it, and then you can make wolf form. So you have two breaks in your trail, but like one big
Right.
isn't that big of a deal because you need to find you anyway, right?
Mm.
In my opinion.
Now they might find you and still have to find you again.
That's true. Especially like, Wolfram is almost the only Dracula tool against CG. Like being
Also true.
if Dracula doesn't have wolf form, then consecrated ground is much more potent. Like sometimes Dracula is almost anywhere and you block him so that he can move into only one of two spaces or just one space. Yeah, that's a hunting time. But if Dracula has a wolf form and like number of spaces and distance increases to reach to the port increases. So yeah.
Yeah. Big time.
So a lot of
Makes
stuff.
a huge difference.
Yeah.
Like if Dracula. Okay, is it time to CG Dracula? The first thing you gotta ask yourself is, where's wolf form? Is it on the trail?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like the most important question to answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because rarely do you have the luxury of wolf forming him with like full knowledge, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, he's in this city and he was in this city the day before and yada yada. We should play CG now. Usually it's more like a shot in the dark. And you have to kind of hope you're right.
Yes, like more or less that.
And if you're wrong and he has wolf form,
Oh
that's when
no.
it's really
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. That's the only thing. Like keeping little tiny bit in check the consecrated ground. That's the most overpowered card. But also that's why landing from the sea is so terrible because you damned if you do, you damned if you don't, in a sense that if you don't use full form, you're so easy to find and then be smacked with consecrated ground. So you almost have to use the wolf form. Oh, now see, okay, that's cool because this is the second break in his trail. I wonder if that is like he went, maybe something that Scott sort mentioned. Maybe he went Klausenborg Galatz, and now Godalming blocked him, so he has to wolf form over him. That would be funny.
He has no choice, possibly.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe he's in Nantes. You know?
Hmm.
Maybe he just wolf formed over Paris and the two of them from Strasbourg. and now he's in not just chilling next to them.
No, I think too vulnerable to local rumors, and the second one, evil presence.
Local presence, evil rumors.
Evil rumors. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, Scott is actually right. This is like the proper time to hypnosis, but
You're absolutely right.
Mina is so far away from anyone, and so hunters are starting. Sorry, hunters are starting to move. Second horse unlocked. Obviously,
when should you play? Yeah, sorry, go on.
No, what I mean is that it is a little bit scary how horses seem to work actually very well. Godalming was drawing only twos, and this is the first one of the game, right? So.
Say that Scott's right. When do you play hypnosis? I guess it's when you're so completely bamboozled as to where Dracula could be. You don't really have any other choice.
But also it is, he just wolf formed.
Yeah.
So,
you always play it after a wolf form.
So it would be good. Yeah.
You get some better information than you would otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Okay, hunters are starting to moving a little. I wonder because
poke around.
There's still a lot of scouting events in the deck. All newspapers, all of them would be really good here, right?
It could be he's just why would he be moving around? I was thinking if he has the newspapers already, right? Then you would just sit there and supply.
Yes, so probably he doesn't.
And wait.
Yeah, so probably he doesn't. I'm surprised that Mina moved. But maybe he is stocked on maybe strong items and events. Don't want to get that.
Yeah, but that happens time to time where you really would rather just move than supply because you don't want to have to make an awkward decision.
Yeah,
with your event discard.
I do feel that the hunters are a little bit in a pickle and they need, like this is almost the lowest risk that they can do is just supply, right? Something that usually they want to do anyway. And okay, maybe they'll discard something decent, right? But maybe they'll get closer to some scouting event. 3 newspapers, 2 scouts, 3 allies, evil presences, local rumors. There's like still a lot of stuff to dig for. And entire, the dark trail. Nothing revealed, and stuff will start maturing again, but no rumor, surprisingly enough.
Yeah, that's the other problem. Is you could try to just supply your way out of it. But what happens if that doesn't pan out and you end up just drawing the chartered carriages and the senses of emergency and the vigors and stuff that you need later? Sure, maybe blood transfusions, maybe the other long night, maybe all the stuff that you have to carry around that you can't play instantly. It does happen, and you just end up having to throw cards away because you're supplying. And then what happens if Dracula's Trail matures? Right, it could be a really bad spot. So maybe you start just poking around now. You eliminate a few key cities, and if you eliminate the right ones, maybe it could tell you a lot of information. I don't know though. I'm not the one playing the hunters right now. I'm just thinking strategy wise, broad strategy.
Yeah. Actually, despite the hoax, Klausenberg.
Nice.
Yes, I think we know all where this is going. So this is Klausenburg, then Galatz, then Wolf form. Maybe to Sofia because Mistergreen just cleared his Valona. So maybe going to Valona right now would be a little bit too early. I think especially because he used his Wolf form, staying on the land that little bit longer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unless, yeah, if he's in Valona, goes to Athens, and then immediately goes to sea, he can wolf from Mediterranean Sea, which is. Oh wait, chart 1, 2, 3, 4. That was a really weird charted card. He really wanted to meet with Mina there.
Yeah, he wants to do a psychic bond or maybe hypnosis.
Right.
Mystic research. Okay.
Ooh. Wow,
I mean, it's also possible because it's also possible that Dracula actually he batted say to 11.
Mhm.
Or to no, he didn't go to Bucharest. They checked that. Okay, so he batted say to 11. Then
Yeah.
after that he could have moved to 53 and
Yeah.
then to Klausenburg.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Then you move on to 11 again because it was misdirected. Okay, no, I was wrong. I thought maybe he went to 11, and then from 11 he actually wolf formed over Mina Harker, right? to get into Munich or into Prague. But I'm wrong this time. It looks like it was.
Yeah. I'm a bit surprised that he decided. I'm a bit surprised that he decided to, put in Budapest instead of like Szeged. He was able to put that one like anywhere on the board on the east side. I think more efficient would be like Klausenburg, Galatz, or even Galatz, Klausenburg, and then Bucharest or something like that. Okay, that's good.
So he batted to Klausenburg.
Probably to Vienna, maybe. Maybe to Vienna or Szeged. Yeah, or Klausenburg, yeah.
I think it was Klausenburg, and then he moved to Budapest, and he misdirected Klausenburg and went back.
Yeah,
that's what I think happened.
I to be honest, where he batted, that doesn't matter that much.
No, not anymore. But then he went. Did he go to 22 and then wolf form, or did he go to Belgrade and then wolf form?
I think he didn't want to wolf form, and just that half random godaming jump to Bucharest blocked him.
Yeah, why
so
would
he had wolf form?
Why would anybody in their right mind wolf form from Belgrade?
Yeah.
Unless you were trying to go to like Varna or Castanta, that'd be the only real reason to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're right. I think you called it way earlier. He was in Galatz and then he wolf formed to hop over Godalming.
Yeah. Imagine if actually Godalming went to Bucharest and suddenly jumped on Godalming, on Dracula, and second fight with Godalming. Oh, wow, that's really scary for Dracula. Luckily, Godalming is delayed. So
what do you search here? 50?
I think definitely 50. And or you can search like
maybe 50s.
I would search probably 17 to know or 50. Sarajevo, Belgrade. Oh wow,
okay,
that's
so that means Dracula went to Galatz after Klausenburg.
To be honest, he was able to go like Szeged and Zagreb, Szeged and Zagreb, and be on his way out now. But I think
well.
he didn't back then. He didn't know what hunters will do if Munich will be open like going that route without wolf form can like end his life, right? With some CG or renewed vigor or some jumps. So I don't think that. I think he's going on the eastern coast. So either he wolf form to Constanta, and now he's maybe hiding, some Constanta, Varna, maybe Sofia, stuff like that, or he wolf form to Sofia. Yeah, or Sofia, and he goes to like Salonika, Valona. He could have went to he couldn't have went to Sarajevo because Sarajevo was just scouted.
It was just checked, yeah. No, I think that's well deduced, yeah. It's entirely possible that he did, go to 53 and then 59. But as you said, that's completely beyond the pale in terms of what looked like viable strategy in the moment.
Yeah, if he wouldn't need to wolf form to take that route, maybe, because with wolf form you can wolf form either side, either to safety to Valona or over Munich, or just continue walking. But without wolf form, no, I think he keeps to the sea. Little bit scary is that Mina didn't search Budapest.
Now I have to deal with it. You wouldn't wolf form from 53 is the other thing. You would move on to Zagreb next and then wolf.
Yeah.
You wouldn't wolf form from 53.
I wouldn't. I would never.
No, you would not.
No.
And I treat my opponents with respect.
Yeah,
I assume they're not going to do something ridiculous like that.
The thing with Mistergreen is that he can do anything. He can be really weird sometimes, and that's
you get him.
Yeah. Being sometimes unpredictable. Yeah, totally.
What was the sneakiest, dumbest thing you ever did as Dracula?
Oh, wow. This is a good question. I think... Sneakiest and dumbest.
Hiding in hopes that the hunter hits a yellow 2 on their fast horse and horses directly over you.
But that's not dumb. I mean, on my last game versus Pisawisha that he's on his channel, actually, I went back to Constanta lair that wasn't revealed. And then I misdirected Bucharest, but I hid.
Very nice.
So he moved with Godalming to Constanta because he knew this is Constanta. It wasn't revealed, but he knew that was obvious. Because he wanted to start clearing the lair early, and I was there with 3 encounters, and he was like, "What?"
Didn't plan on the hide card.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because the misdirect was very clear that probably I'm going there because I was also fairly safe. Even if I went to the Bucharest, he wasn't able to do that much. And then, I hit him with the mob, with the spy, and with bodyguards, and he was like totally battered. No, that was tricky and fun, Okay.
Lots of fun.
That's interesting. So he used stake knowing that. Okay. So will he heal 1 health? Probably. Why not? Right. He lost 1 fog, right? To behind the veil.
He's only wolf formed once. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but check that out. It is barely Thursday week 2, and Dracula already is quite close to shuffling his encounter deck. That's scary.
Oh, all that land movement, that'll
Yeah,
do it for you.
yeah.
Shuffling those layers around.
Only one mature. Yeah.
It's like playing an entirely different game
Yes, yes,
than
yes.
compared to when, he gets pushed out to sea and then he has to
Oh,
move a couple of sea zones and then he
nah.
lands again. And,
Yeah. You lose health,
yeah.
you lose encounters. Hunters have some free time, yeah. W- Wait. Oh, Rufus. Rufus is good here. Whatever you do. I mean, check Sophia. I think I would have checked Sophia. The thing is that Dracula may plan on moving C soon, but he's on high health and like how much damage reliably Rufus will do? 2? 1? I would much rather prefer to scout here. Like check Sophia. Yeah, I would have checked Sophia. Because actually Dracula may be here. So no,
Yes,
so he will
Sophia.
farm. Right, and we need to remember Dracula has Dracula card. Oh wow, it can change like almost everything. If this is Darkness Returns or the Unearthly Swiftness, it is like extra wolf form. So yeah.
Oof. He's just doing circles around the east.
Yeah. Which is
Classic Dracula strategy.
yeah, I think it is correct because he is dragging hunters toward him. Let's imagine instead he used the bat, escape as bat to like escape the east, quote unquote. Then what? He would be surrounded by 3 hunters, and all of those hunters, weren't like tired by encounters or anything. Ooh, so he's in the port. He's planning. So he probably
Getting ready
went.
to leave. Yeah.
He probably went to Athens this turn. So my guess is it is Sofia, Salonika, Valona, Athens.
I think that's right. That's kind of what I was leaning towards.
Yeah.
When he was in Sofia, it makes sense. Like, okay, now I'm gonna go to Athens, but don't take the direct route there. Stop
Yeah, take your
at
time.
46 on the way. Yeah, you don't want to hurry.
Yeah.
Got glass. What we
To
thought.
be honest, do you want some chip in into my secret Dracula trick?
Go ahead.
Just between me and you, which would be funnier if actually someone was watching my stream. But you know, so it is almost between you and me and Scotsword. I will let you know. Wait, do we have 4 viewers? So someone is watching. Mom, is that you? When you're on the east and hunters know that you're east, you have, especially in the current meta, so you need to use that trick. You have limited window for using that trick. But go to the sea, not from Athens, but from Valona. Hunters are rarely prepared for that. Usually they expect, so he went through Athens, they do some stuff, and then you immediately wolf form land or just land, and they're like, oh shit, he was in Adriatic and he already ran it. We were not prepared for that, and you lose less health. You put more encounters, and you build the tempo on hunters because they were expecting to have 1 more, maybe 2 more turns, and suddenly there's the split. Okay, so if we don't catch him right now, we lose the vulnerability window of him landing. But then again, there's trail in the east. So how do we split that, right?
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. It's a nice little trick to go all the way from 55 to 25 or to 37 or 38 in just 2 days. You know what I mean? I like
Yeah.
25 there because you're
Yeah.
safe if you get CG'd. The real trick is, okay, so if you go to the Adriatic, you wolf form to 25. Oh no, the hunters found out and they hit you with CG, right?
I
You
mean, they
can go
don't.
to the Terranians. Well, they
They cannot
wouldn't,
hit you
right?
with
Because you're
CG, right?
safe.
Yeah.
But my point is, you're safe from it. You can
Yeah.
go to the Terranian, and
Yeah.
then not only that, but now you've got an additional split on the board because from
That's
there you can go to
yeah.
the Med or the Ionian
Yeah.
Sea,
Yeah.
and they don't know
Exactly.
where you are.
So and going through the Ionian really locks half of the map for you, right?
Yeah, yeah, you want to stay out of the Ionian if you can. You're right.
Yeah. Also consider that sometimes, depending on the situation, if hunters are not ready, you can land in Venice without the wolf form, and then just start walking or wolf forming from Venice. Because if hunters are not ready, let's say you even land with the fog and like they do what? Even if they CG you, they okay, you're forced to stay in place in the worst case scenario, but can they kill you? Stuff can be maturing soon
Oh, I
on the
just
east.
realized. Wow, you're right. I never noticed that about Venice. That you're actually safe from an error from
Yeah,
CG.
yeah,
You
yeah, yeah,
can't be
yeah, yeah.
errored there.
Yeah.
And absolute worst case scenario, they force you to move on to Munich.
No, you still have wolf form. So
Oh, right. If you still have it, yeah.
that's why I said, you land without the wolf form to keep it. And, they don't have an obvious way to navigate where you can go. If they leave Munich open with the wolf form, like, you have tons of wolf form locations from Venice. They cannot lock you. They jump you. They're maybe not sorted out, not ready, not within the reach. I'm telling you, the Adriatic Sea is underrated. Uh, by a lot underrated.
Mm.
Like, I
Yeah.
think a lot of people got used to thinking, me too, for a long time, like Ionian Sea, excellent, you make one sea move, and the map is either you were able to go into 3 seas and suddenly hunters, yada yada yada. But realistically, from the Ionian Sea, how often you go to somewhere else than Tyrrhenian Sea? Like, how dangerous is to go to Black Sea or the Adriatic Sea when hunters can have CG, right?
Mm-hmm.
He
Money Trail,
matures.
CG.
Mm-hmm.
And heck, even if they don't CG you, right? Let's say you decide to be cheeky and from the Ionian you go to the Black Sea and you want to land
Yeah,
over there.
they just run you
All they have
down.
to do is have Mina Harker do a psychic bond from Bucharest.
Yeah,
And that's it. You're
hypnosis,
done.
money trail, and they will catch you before you'll reach sea again. Yeah.
I've said about the Ionian Sea before that the obfuscation is supposed to be like if you move one more sea zone, like you said, they don't know which sea you're in, yada yada yada. But none of that obfuscation is really meaningful because
True.
it's so risky for Dracula to make any move other than just go to the Terranian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas what you were saying about the Adriatic, go to the Adriatic, you wolf form or land in 57, those options are a lot less risky.
Yeah, and sometimes, sometimes if you're healthy, if nothing happened, okay, you can land in Bari from Adriatic. Okay, they CG you, push you to sea, you lose 7 health. Okay, you're still on 7 health, so it's like like a shame, right? But it's not a catastrophe that you lose the game. 7 health is not much, but they don't have CG anymore, right? In any other scenario, if they have CG, you lose the game.
Maybe you do something like that if your trail is already virtually worthless and you're not
Yeah,
gonna lose that much value if the trail ends up cleared.
yeah, exactly. Ooh, and now, watch out, Mistergreen is AFK for a few minutes.
Dangerous.
Dangerous.
Gotta plot his next move.
Okay, between you and me, do you want a Fury of Dracula tip?
Go, yeah.
This is actually secret Mistergreen tip. So, it is so super helpful. I'm telling you, I'm telling you. This
level me up?
Yes, this is mind blowing. When you're playing, high stakes game, because in low stakes games, like do whatever, no one cares. But if you're playing high stakes game, take breaks. Literally, stand, walk away from the computer. Even if you're like sometimes you think you're in the zone, or like you're not thinking about that. If you're in the zone, probably don't break the zone. But this is very specific. So just walk away from the computer, spend a little bit of time, just walk around, refresh yourself, and then go back to playing. And suddenly, a lot of
Good advice.
obvious stuff that were flying over your head.
You're too close to the situation.
Yeah, you see like the spectator view, like we're chill. We see all the possibilities. We see all the possibilities right now, right? Actually, it saved me once.
Yeah.
When I played a tournament game against Warcraft. It was like extremely epic game. Oh my, that was fantastic game. It was like a chess, but Fear of Dracula chess. Like there was so much strategy there. Like each move, each position of everything mattered. There was some bluff. It was like chess with poker actually. This was perfect mix.
Why we play this game?
Yeah, and it was extremely long. After some time, like it was extremely close. Like one move, one or the other, either of us can win or lose the game. There was actually Warcraft where was deciding if he wants to take a very weak 2v1 versus me, or does he use heroic leap with Van Helsing, suicidal one, right? And he suicided Van Helsing. And then I saw that most probably I win the game, but I walked up, moved away from the computer. That's interesting. And that saved me because I saw a specific combination of events that he can draw and can win him a game if I will not pay attention. One of them obviously included CG because it obviously does. And taking the break allowed me to see that if I just play standard the best way, I could have lost to that, but playing around that niche scenario allowed me to actually win the game because he drew the CG and he would be able probably to take the game away from me.
Nice.
So, yeah, that was.
I think the best time to take a break is, well, it depends on which side you're playing. But if you're Dracula, the best time to take a break is when your opponent, one of their hunters, steps onto your hoax or your aristocratic vampire. And you want to pretend like you're thinking about whether or not to ambush. You just get up and you take a quick break, and then you come back and you type, "I'm back." Right? Sorry, back.
Can be. Yeah.
The other thing to do is if you're hunters and Dracula like just moved by sea and landed, and it's dawn, then go ahead and take a minute, take a break. Or no, I'm sorry, not at dawn, at dusk. If it's dusk, right?
Yeah.
If Dracula is sitting there wondering if you're gonna CG him, basically, that's the best time to get up and take a break.
Yeah, because
Just
even
let Drax sit there and sweat it out.
Yeah, especially good when you don't have CG because Dracula will be 100% sure that you have CG. That's why you were thinking so long. There's no other way around.
Or at dawn if you want to make it renewed vigor instead.
Yeah. So,
Galatz. What was Galatz? It was aristocratic?
No, new vampire.
New vampire.
Got staked.
Oh, we gotta deal with this whole trail here, mister. We got Sophia next.
Yeah. And Dracula very well.
Veronica.
It would be so fun if he was in Sarajevo now hiding.
Yeah, look, it's fun to speculate and
Yeah.
all.
But we
But
all
come
see he's going to
But
Alien and see this
the
third, right?
writing's on the wall. The
Yeah.
writing's on the wall here. We know what Dracula's up to.
Yeah.
There's a reason the community slogan is it's always Sarajevo.
No, Sarajevo is a terrible spot because it is very vulnerable to CG. I mean, one consecrated ground is discarded. Still, consecrated ground. One heavenly host.
Heavenly Host token. Yeah.
Okay, what do you do as hunters? Because Dracula, if you don't pressure the trail, stuff can mature and you're in deep problem.
You want to try to hit 2 encounters today. If you can hit 2 encounters today,
Ooh.
I think you're in good shape, right? Knock out Sophia. Okay, Godalm's
Yeah.
gonna do Sophia. Mina can do Valona. You have Dr. Seward go to Salonika. You can actually knock out all 3 encounters today, right?
I think Seward should supply now, but the thing that map is so open right now, in a sense that Dracula can go to Terenia and land in Genoa and be happy.
Yeah.
You kind of just have to deal with that for now, but it's about repositioning. You
Okay.
have to deal with the trail and also reposition.
Yeah, but
What's more
Oh,
efficient? Have
what?
3 hunters attack all the encounters now while you still can? What is he doing? Why does he want a 2 hunters there? Maybe Mina's gonna go to Athens and take care of Athens?
Maybe Mina has a stake. Yeah, that makes sense,
I mean, if the horses are good here and the trail is dealt with swiftly, Dracula's not as far away as you might make out.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Like,
that's
sure, he's gonna be. The board is really open right now. Yes, that's true.
But will it be
But
open
a
in 3
couple
days?
Yes, a couple of good horse rolls, and they'll be there in not that long. By then, there's going to be 2 despair tokens, and it'll be like Thursday or something like that, right? So there's going to be another big confrontation around that time. Or there's not, in which case he gets away and probably wins.
Yeah. There's still that pesky Dracula card, It can change anything.
Fear of the unknown, my friend.
Even white horses, or it can protect something to mature and boom, end of the game. Actually, white horses, now that they work on fast horses, they're really good. They can break renewed vigor combo of hunters. Hunters use the renewed vigor to hope to get good 2v1 against you, or 3v1, but one hunter doesn't reach. Okay, no worries.
You're
but
right.
suddenly worries, and hunters use renewed vigor to get 1v1, and you win that 1v1, for example, because 1v1s can be good.
Yeah.
Wait,
Dang,
another.
You're scaring me. I never thought about that. That is clever.
Yeah.
Hang on to it until renewed vigor time, then squash it.
Exactly. I mean, this is very specific, but if hunters can 3v1 you and you protect yourself to get 2v1, sometimes it is not good enough, sometimes you die again anyway. But if
that's still more value than you would expect to get out of that card. Potentially mitigating 7 damage or more even.
Yeah. Mob mature, I mean, good stop. If all 3 hunters would be hit, that would be funny.
That would be unpleasant right now for them, yes.
Yeah. Interestingly,
it's you don't want to let Dracula have a moral victory like that. It's not so much about the damage. It's about Dracula's gonna end up having himself a good laugh at that one if that goes through. So you don't want that.
Yeah, you don't want for Dracula to have a laugh.
Remind him who's in charge here.
Yeah. Wow, this.
I like how the mob. What did Quincy Morris say? They stage an uprising. they take over the entire region.
Yeah, government. Yeah. And the new law in the region is that you need to persecute all hunters, something like that. Yeah.
Anybody with any Christian iconography, they're going down.
I mean, they don't need to have Christian iconography. I think you best recognize hunters by having fast horses, right?
It's these 4 specific people.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Have you
We're
seen?
gonna make new legislation based around them.
Yeah. If you're on a horse, you can't carry a knife. Pistols are fine, Honestly, pistols are fine.
I'm gonna need you to step off of the horse, please, sir. Do you have a permit for this knife?
Yeah. Knives, stakes, and heavenly hosts are no go. And horses, yeah. Okay. I do think that Adriatic can be a move. It is extremely risky because with Money Trail and CG, you are forced to land back to Hunters, and that's game. But
yes.
So most probably Tyrrhenian, as I said. Yeah, Tyrrhenian, obviously.
Well, it's as you said with. All right, if you leave from the Adriatic, you said that the hunters are sort of taken on the back foot because they expected to have a little bit more time and.
Yeah.
But the other side of the coin is that Valona is not as deep into the region as Athens
Yes.
is, right? So that's sort of one fewer move that they have to worry about.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but it is deep to both of you.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah. Imagine that, okay, it's not Athens but Valona with height, but on the other hand, you don't have two sea moves, but one sea move and 2 land moves.
And Dracula's already
like 2 moves on the land
or something like that.
Yeah, and you're like,
I get your point.
Wow, I'm just finishing clearing this stuff, and he's obfuscated, building, trail, lossless health, all of that, right? So that's the thing, that's the thing. I can't bet that Stuart has a stake. There's only one stake in a discard pile, so a fog.
That won't stop the
Forewarn? Why did you forewarn that?
It really won't stop him.
He
doesn't want to be slowed down, maybe.
I don't like that.
Well, if you get hit by the fog now, isn't Dr. Seward basically irrelevant for the remainder of the game?
No. He will not be able to move next day, but then he horses around and he's like, so 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 days, and he's in Marcellus. So no.
Good point. Always forget how fast those little buggers can move.
Yeah, and renewed vigor, 3 days to be in Marcellus, right? I think is that
being said,
there can be a desecrated soil somewhere here. That's why he decided to get fog back into the deck. And I think this is miscalculation on Geo's part. He didn't realize that he may still see a fog or 2 this game, so he may not realize that he actually needs that for wards, or might need in the future. Yes, that's what I'm talking. That's why he ambushed with the fog. And the deck got reshuffled, right? And he is drawing For next 3 turns, he's drawing 2 encounters a turn.
What do you mean? Because of layers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he kept 1 card. I don't know about that. You have 2 fox in a deck, buddy.
All right, listen here, Mr. Meta. All right, we all know that you're right. That is absolutely the right call. But sometimes you just have to play with your heart, you know? Maybe he's sitting there and he's got a reckless vampire in his hand and he's like, I don't want to give up my baby. My reckless vampire. I love him. He's so cool with his top hat.
But you discard him and you can draw him again anyway, right? But maybe later.
He's alright.
The scary thing is still that obviously Dracula has not a single point of influence, and this is the saving grace for hunters. And actually, the Helsing move to Mercedes, perfect one. Like, you need to do that.
Yeah, I agree. Good move. And yeah, it's not all doom and gloom here. Yeah, it's been difficult, but regardless, the trail is being cleared, and he hasn't scored a single point.
Yeah.
Yes, he's gonna get healing. That's sort of unfortunate, but
unless Mina will clear that with the Heavenly Host if she has one.
That's possible too. Yeah, you're right. How important is it to make sure Dracula doesn't get his healing? I mean, it's a really tough thing to say, in my opinion, because first of all, that health is really meaningful and can make or break the game. But at the same time, you've often seen Dracula go from like 15 health to 0 anyway. Like, the win condition is to catch him in a 3 or 4 on 1 and kill him. And if you do that, it almost doesn't matter how much health he has once it's really late in the game.
Yeah, but
I know that's being a bit reductive, but
yes,
sort of true.
But once hunters are spread out as they are, Dracula has some Dracula card. The difference between a 2v1 is enough, and 2v1 you fight Dracula for the freaking 5 turns and he still escapes as bats. It's
something I've been pondering. Like, we all try to get the horses distributed. Like, you would never throw out a horse. And as soon as somebody has 2 horses, you want to make sure you spread those out.
Yeah.
And Heavenly Hosts are similar in the event that you draw consecrated ground. You want to be prepared for that. But when it comes to Dracula's desecrated soil, how important really is it to make sure that he doesn't benefit from the healing?
I wouldn't say...
I think it's like higher than most priorities.
Yes, to be in general, I usually don't mind that much. Because, as you say, if you get a good fight, and most of the game, this is your goal, to get a good fight, Dracula health almost doesn't matter. But the fact that Dracula isn't on a good health opens a lot for hunters. In a way, if Hunter is in low health and lands in Genoa here, that's stressful, right? If Dracula is in high health, he can land in Genoa, and hunters may know about this and what they can do. Will Helsing go fight against 13 health Dracula? Come on. That's the difference.
That makes all the difference in the world. Agreed. Like most questions about this game, the answer is that it depends on the situation. Every single aspect of this game is so intertwined into all of the other aspects that it's very difficult to answer questions with a simple answer like that.
I wonder if he kept one more card in Desecrate in his hand to not reshuffle deck yet when he lands right now, because he wants a card from Valona to get into the deck? In short, is it spies or bats? Basically, I think this is the question. Maybe a fighter vampire, right?
Godalming's already in the Tyrrhenian Sea.
Yep. Oh no! I understand the guess, which is correct in majority of the games, but in this game, Dracula doesn't want to be Cagliari. I hope Mistergreen isn't in Cagliari because he didn't want to land in Cagliari. He wanted to land in Genoa. Again, as I mentioned, like he has full health against one hunter. Yeah, I mean, what's the worst that can happen, right?
I'm in
Heroic.
agreement. I would not have moved Van Helsing in the anticipation that Dracula is
Yeah. No,
because
that
it doesn't seem likely that he actually would be there at this point. If
ironic.
it was like if it was like 6
Oh.
days from now, it might be a little different, but
Yeah. Like if
but
Dracula
he-
was low
yeah.
health, let's say Dracula was low
Sure.
health, like he was avoidant. That's what we were talking about, right? He had to avoid like by time something. But now, I wouldn't be surprised if Mr. Green was like, "Oh, thank you," and goes to Mercedes. By the way,
Yeah.
Valona seems to be a bodyguard recruitment place for Dracula.
good place to find henchmen.
Yeah.
So okay, so Dracula goes to 36, right?
Yeah.
And he's all happy and pleased with himself. But
Yeah.
then Geo, with his brain that's the size of a mountain,
I know what you want to say.
what
Yeah.
he does is, you know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Say
He
it.
activates renewed vigor.
Yeah.
And then Godalming goes to 13 and
Saboteur
plays
and
excellent
Orbats.
weather. That would be
Ah.
really annoying.
Ah,
I
no,
was gonna
no,
say no. He goes to 13
Ah,
and
to
Dracula's
13.
not there, so he plays renewed vigor to get. Or I'm sorry,
Ah.
he plays excellent weather to go to 36. So he moves by sea 3 times
Yeah.
in one turn.
Yeah. But you know he doesn't have events. So no. What I was thinking that he lands in Genoa and jumps to Mercedes because he anticipated that and he was like some master trap by him.
Oh yeah. The bait is set.
To be honest, this is funny. The tempo of the game is slipping. Oh, Mr. Green is like selling the bait. If he moves right now, please, Mr. Green, please feed or move. Don't go to the sea. Because Hyde is on a trail, so if he moves right now, he tells exactly where he is for hunters, and like
Surely he'll feed.
if he feeds, but he's in Lake Genoa, and all that mess in the east. Yes, okay. How much do you want to bet me that he's in 25 right now?
That's where I'd be.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go, because if you go to say Naples or to Rome, and then it's money trail, consecrated ground.
Yeah.
It's just so scary for Dracula.
Yeah, and like excellent
it's so
weather.
scary to be in that narrow alley like that.
It is close. Yes. Oh, Mr. Grimm, thank you. I love you.
Yeah, he was premature moving Van Helsing.
Yeah.
Moving Godalming to the sea to check there is fine. But moving Van Helsing was getting ahead of yourself. You didn't need to do that.
Yeah. The thing is,
I guess he was hoping if he was there, then it'd be, haha, I gotcha. 2-on-1 time.
Yes, you cannot feed. You need to still keep moving. But I think he misread the situation. He is not cornering Dracula. Dracula is in a good shape. Dracula doesn't need to hide or run away, like from 1v1, let's say, right? Scott Sword wrote about that if Dracula would form from where right now, it would be huge.
Maybe. Maybe you just go to 36 and then you wolf farm after that.
Yeah. But I think, using feed to get 2 health, so almost full value, and waste more of Hunter's turn, it is
Yeah.
wasting more than Godalming 1 turn. Because if he moved or wolf farmed, Godalming would just land in 25. And right now, he landed in
Yeah.
13, needs to go to C
Yeah.
and land again. He wasted 3 full actions with the feed.
You
I love that.
bamboozled them.
Yeah, complete. Actually, they bamboozled themselves. He just adapted to that and said and told them, you know what? If you want to be bamboozled, who am I to spoil your fun, right?
like the audience at a magician's act, they want to be fooled
Yes.
by the illusion.
Yes. That was big. I mean, obviously the issue is that, wait, what did Stewart do? Why Stewart didn't move? What just
Not
happened
sure.
there?
Do you supply?
It seems that he's supplied. Yeah, he did supply. Hunter.
Yeah. Every move in this game is really 2 moves, because there's the move to move on to Cagliari, and then there's the move when you find out you're wrong and now you have to move him off there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Pizza Wizard described it one time in similar terms.
Yeah.
Every time you move somewhere to see if Dracula's there, you're committing to not only losing that action, but also losing the next action as you move off of that place.
Yeah. That's why bats are so freaking powerful, because they don't only delay, they can move you away, and you moved to clear them. So sometimes it's like, one hunter is out for 3 days, right?
Yeah.
And yeah.
Even when I was like brand new at this game, playing on the tabletop, even then I was like, wait, Bat seems really overpowered.
Yeah.
Because away. First of all, I had to move on to it.
Yeah.
Then I had to use my night action to check it. Then after that, I lose my next action and get delayed.
Like
and if
2
that wasn't
actions,
enough, now I lose the action after because I'm delayed.
Yeah.
And
then
I get moved on a road, which is as good as like losing a day's worth of travel as well. It's just like, where does it end with these things?
Yeah, it is extremely scary. The worst issue here is that if he goes to 37, they can 3v1 him, which is quite uncomfortable. Like, it isn't pleasant to be fought 3v1, right? The trail is fairly empty and hunters know what is the single location. So again, without the influence, not too shabby. On the other hand, hunters are in not top shape. Godalming still has 2 health lost, no events, only 1 ticket. Stewart isn't even full on items. Helsing just supplied a ticket, so is it good ticket? Is it bad ticket? Who knows? Mina, again, not full on items. All that East mess really forced some spending resources from hunters that they're not in such a tippy-top shape as they usually have, at this stage of the game. Scotsford actually has a good question.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Okay, I
we
was
don't
talking.
Even know.
Go with that, yeah.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say the same thing. We don't even know that it's Turanian and Genoa. This is all just our suspicions. We suspect so strongly that we kind of gotten ahead of ourselves and forgot that, or at least I have, that Dracula could actually be in 5 or 57 if he wanted.
Yeah.
Heck, he could even be in 17 or 56.
He could, but 17 or 56. If he landed there and there were 3 hunters already, money trail. We know that Mina has hypnosis, right? if she used that, or like even normal scan. And she was with other hunters, so like if she did that, and then you know they reveal Dracula, he's in a good shape, and he will be losing the game because of that tricky move. So I don't know.
It does seem highly unlikely, but
Yeah, but Adriatic,
should be considered.
maybe.
No, look at that. It wasn't 25.
It wasn't 25.
Talk about a shadow trail here.
Oh
So what do we
my.
think? Naples?
But this is where a psychic bond would have been huge.
Yes. Yes.
Despite all the obfuscation going on, and there's quite a bit of it, in terms of regions, he's actually quite limited to only 2. You've got Baltica or Italy. That's
Yeah.
it.
Finally, hypnosis.
Yeah.
Italia. Okay.
So
If Seward and Mina had simply done that the night that Dracula
Yeah.
landed,
Exactly. Yeah.
you'd go, oh, he's in Italy. Okay, everybody, let's go to Italy. And then, I don't know, you can bide your time and
see if he's in Cagliari or if he's not in Cagliari.
Yeah.
see what hypnosis does, or rather, what psychic bond does for you as the player is it does the same thing Jonathan Harker does. The Harkers have this thing in common. They help you to be more efficient with your plays.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So like with Jonathan Harker, he lets you not have to check as many cities in order to get Dracula's trail squashed, right?
So actually,
she's similar. She lets you not have to check as many individual locations because you have the psychic.
Wait a second, sewer tickets. So, like, tickets are not in best shape despite what you're seeing by horses. It seems like there is hunt for 2 or 3 tickets, but horses are working really well. So
lucky.
yeah. The thing is, now we all got bamboozled. Let's be honest. Maybe not Scotsword because it's all the mighty Scotsword. He has all the possible possibilities.
Oh, Scotsword would have caught him by now.
Yeah. Probably won 2 games already, right? But we all got bamboozled. Monkey
Trail,
hypnosis, and money trail. So it was Tyrrhenian. Okay, it was Tyrrhenian. For me, it is a shame that it wasn't Genoa. I think Genoa was a better land. So
maybe he's in Bari now.
Yeah, it does seem in Bari, but it is tricky,
Now he's kind of cornering himself, yeah.
No, not really, because he can go to Adriatic right now, and then he can go to Ionian anyway.
True.
But, with Rufus, I mean, he's on full health, so actually, like, who cares? I mean, he doesn't. I do. But... yeah. Also, like, both Hypnosis and Money Tree was used, and Hypnosis told him a lot already. So... Like, imagine if he hides now with fog, 100 euros renewed vigor, and Konami goes into the fog. That would be funny. He should be fairly safe. I think he can hide. Depends what he has, but the worst thing that can happen is a 2v1 and he has 15 health, right? And it will be... It is a little bit scary.
Long term here, they've used the hypnosis and they've used the monkey trail, so maybe you go back to sea at a certain point and obfuscate by sea one more time, and then they have to figure out where you landed because they're out of tricks at that point.
I
And
would.
that's how you can hopefully finish the game off, right? To rack up the final few points that you're going to need.
It's actually Thursday, so there's not that many days left until
There's
he
not much
starts.
time left,
Yeah,
but he needs a lot of points.
he does need a lot of points. Yeah, that
Maybe you
would be
can.
funny if he was in Florence now.
Yeah. That would be interesting.
Yeah,
Thinking
because
about a wolf form.
yeah,
Wolf form
or
at
maybe
36.
I mean, if he wolfforms, he tells them that he was in Florence. He can hide.
Right, and hope they hop right over you or something like that.
Yeah, or go to Venice with fog. You know.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too shabby actually. They might move right past it, or like leave Munich open, leaves a grab open for a wolf form.
Yeah. I mean, because what are the
possibilities?
So he was in Florence. Oh my. But probably he doesn't have a fog yet then. I think if he had a
Maybe.
fog, he would have went to Venice.
You might be right that maybe this is sort of giving away the game in terms of here I am. Why else would he wolf form unless it was? But you wouldn't wolf form from Florence to Bari, would you?
Why not? Actually, why not?
You might. So in fact, so maybe that's a pretty good wolf form from Florence, because now you have to, if one of those two check Munich, but then the other one has to worry about Milan, Marseille, and then you've got Bari.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a tall order in terms of checking all of those, but you might not have to check all of them if you get lucky and find them.
The thing is that he's used the wolfform and he may need it, in week 4. So it was wrong, yeah.
He might need it late.
Yeah. William says that he doesn't like. William, wasn't it Warcraft?
I think so. Yes. Yes.
This is probably the 4th time I'm asking in my life is William is Warcraft,
yeah,
because
I'm pretty sure it's Warcraft.
yeah, each time I'm like, wait, is it Warcraft? And yeah, okay. So I like Venice because why? There are 2 options. If he just normally moves, either hunters pull the trigger with renewed vigor and jump to Bari, then he's not there. Maybe reach Venice, maybe not. Maybe search him in Naples, And if you have fog, 1 for warrant was already used. But if you don't have fog, then yeah, then probably Venice would be too risky. Okay, Warcraft. Thanks. I never remember that you're William on the YouTube. So.
Venice.
So.
I mean, yeah. So this has to be Munich, or 36 or 37, or Bari.
Yeah, actually, a lot of places. So, and this is scary because what if he finds him here now, right? You actually don't want to really. You go with Van Helsing and what, get battered? He runs a spot, escapes a spot from the wolfform. Yeah.
About renewed vigor is like when you activate it, everybody's all gung ho. Yeah, let's go kill the vampire. Then Godalming checks, he's not there. Seward checks, he's not there.
Yeah.
Elsie checks, he's not there. And all of a sudden you're like, ooh. As the chances of him actually being there start to increase, but the number of hunters available starts to decrease.
Exactly. Yeah, supplying, I like it. There's still a lot of proximity events, all 4 proximity events. So maybe to recap what was used: Money Trail and Hypnosis last night, obviously. Excellent weather. 1 forewarned, very crucial. Surprising return to get back Rufus Smith. Mystic Research, but I think either all were used up or like 3 of them. 2 hired scouts and that, yeah. First encounter was Hoax that matured. That's why Dracula has Dracula event. And there was a neat fight in Sarajevo against Godalming where Dracula escaped as bats, and so hunters lost track of him for some time. And Dracula was able to mature a hoax and then reset the trail, which forced hunters to waste a lot of time again. Or lose a lot of time again to find the trail, to clear the trail. Yeah, quick recap.
We had both long nights,
Yes.
and we had all 3 hired Scots.
No, hired scouts, there are 4 of them.
There's 4 of them?
Yes. I think
Okay,
hired scouts
so we
in
had
charge
3
of
of
car.
them.
Oh yeah, we do actually. Yeah. Oh, evil presence.
Evil rumors.
Oh, and it actually is Barry. That's the proximity event. Yep.
There it is. You called it.
Yeah, you have only few of them early, then you get plenty. That's the scary part.
Very swingy.
Yeah, I mean, I fairly like that, equalizing part of the game. Like, you would think that the optimal way for hunters is getting scouting events early, and then combat events later, right? But if you swap it around by randomness, and then Dracula has to be afraid even every game of combat, even if he's sneaky, and it kind of forces Dracula to use the sneak, right? Quick the sneak the quick.
Yes, it also opens up the idea that those kinds of cards could come up at any time. The kinds of cards that reveal Dracula's location, evil presence, local rumors, hired scouts, an ally to search with. It can happen early, which can reveal Dracula and dictate the pace of the game, or it can happen in the middle of the game like this, where suddenly it's like this massive swing in momentum because it can have a huge informational effect. So yeah, very very well designed in that sense. They are very swingy, but over large numbers of games, it's not that they'll always have an impact. It's just that they have the opportunity to have an impact.
Yes, and especially that there's no one way the events work, and you need that, right? You can swap the ordering, and it can be good enough.
Right.
Oh, Mina supplied actually. Okay, so 2 supplies that were very good left knight supplies. I think you can cut that part and put into some training video. That's why you leave knight supplies, right? Both hunters needed to supply. Mina was down an item. You supply. You get a crucial event. You get a crucial item. You're good to go.
Yeah, you hit that mystic research, and then sometimes you save a few supplies for later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, what will happen here? I really like I really liked what happened. Like in the Italy play, it was sneaky, it was tricky, it was abusive, but also, that's what we were talking about, power of horses. Like, he fed for 1 turn, and hunters are all over him. Like, especially with renewed vigor, in danger of dying, right?
All of a sudden, here they are. Yep.
If
typical Dracula woes. I just left this party and they're already here.
Oh yeah. So
never a moment's peace.
Why Kodaming went to? Oh no, he was checking what is next for Rome. Maybe it was Wolf from Naples to Bari. That would be a play. Wow, to pretend the Florence.
Or from Florence to Naples.
I mean, he went to the sea, so it cannot be Naples.
Oh, right.
Actually, Dracula was able to move from Bari to Naples, and without the scare of consecrated ground, because Tyrian Sea would move off the trail, right? But with the scare, obviously, of renewed vigors. By the way, which is quite important, one heavenly host in the discard piles of items, because Mina, when supplying, discarded it once. So actually, we have a good knowledge about hunter items. I'll try to list them fairly quickly soon, once not much will be happening. Warcraft is proposing to land in Valona with fog. It can be tempting. The issue is that if there's no wolf form, CG... Maybe not, actually. Maybe it's not that dangerous. Because CG has only 3 tokens.
Work out as Dracula. You know, there's no way when he picked the city that he was going to start in, there's no way he was thinking, and then I'll wolf form from Florence to Bari. You know what I mean? Like, nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
It's just kind of interesting to see how, you know, some moves you would look at and think like it's not like a big flashy sexy move, but it's Dracula working with what he's got and with the situation that he's got.
That's
and
true.
Making the best of it.
But actually those moves were flashy and sexy, right?
Yes, I mean in their context, in the context of the larger game, yes.
Okay,
but it's not, you know, the legendary, like it's not somebody's dream of like wolf forming from Munich and escaping the bat, like it's nothing like that.
True. Okay, so hunters have 2 stakes, actually 1 pistol, no bullets. Let's see how the search will look here. Florence is, I think. Ooh. Okay, that's cute. We know half of the stakes. So actually, hunters are not really that top supplied. Pistol doesn't stop escape as bats, as all of us knows, but probably I would guess that probably has it, so not a big deal. 2 stakes, taking the fighting item spots. Wait. No, 4 horses, all garlics, by the way, all crucifixes, so hunter combat items of all 3 knives, 3 heavenly hosts. 2 heavenly hosts, 1 rifle, 1 pistol. So this
if you look really closely at the pistol, though, if you kind of squint your eyes, the plotting symbol, it kind of almost looks like the escape is bat symbol.
What?
Right, all the cards on the pistol, they're all splayed out. It kind of looks like the bat wings. So
no, not at all.
Maybe, just maybe, it could stop him from escaping as a bat.
Only if he doesn't know what you have and, you know, is afraid to use escape spots. Only then.
But it's seriousness, though. As you've said before, like, the longer the game goes on, it's not that the pistol gets any better, per se. It's that the power gap between the rifle and the pistol becomes much smaller.
Yeah.
Because you're not really so worried about escape as bat anymore. You might be hearing that and you think, but Gyro, if he escapes and it's almost the end of the game, isn't that going to seal the deal for Dracula and he's going to win now? Well, yes, but your focus is to kill him, not to stop him from escaping at that stage in the game.
And it happens far later. It is far easier to escape round 2 or round 3 than round 5, when hunters are full of items and events.
Yeah, and there's 3 or even 4 of them. Yeah, good luck lasting till round 5.
If Rome is a fighter vampire, that wolf form is going back. Wait, that's weird. Did you see all of that? I think that may be worth noting, by the way, Scott Sword. What you not sure if you did.
What just happened?
Mistos, so Roscoe, left and was replaced by AI. Message like that
Oh,
happened.
ha, I see it in the stream now.
Uh,
Well, yeah, I mean, you need AI spectators.
he didn't push Helsinki into the wrong, so it isn't like a fog or mob or wolves, right? Local rumors, very helpful. If this is fighting vampire, it is a huge deal for Mistergreen here. If this is reckless vampire and he survives Godalming, oh, it's a stake.
He's got a
Okay.
stake.
Oh, a hoax
Nice,
actually.
nice. Pretty good hoax. I like that. You know, the evil presence was enormous, and then the local rumors
Yeah.
was a big dud.
Yeah.
Perfect example right there.
Yeah. But the thing in this game about the events, the scare of the events sometimes, the psychological effect that they might happen
Yes.
forces some kind of a play and meta around them, right?
Mm-hmm. CG being the obvious one.
Yeah. But also the proximity ones. Like, I can do tricky and be in proximity, but what if even tells them that, right?
Yeah.
Or like actually Mistergreen against Scott Sword finals. Like, it was a year and a half ago. Why I even remember that? When Scott Sword made a random night supply and revealed it, we're dashing toward where he expected Mistergreen to be as Dracula to wolf form into the Spain, and he did some random night supply and got local rumors that revealed Mistergreen the Clemor of Iran, and there was like, oh, whoops, now suddenly we're playing a different game.
Yeah.
Warcraft
Rethink
is
everything.
saying that he expects Valana to be fighter vampire, and yes,
Bari. Yeah.
Barry, yes, or a fog, but if yes, or a fog, basically, in my opinion. But
What was in Florence?
Helsinki was in Florence.
Yeah, but what was the encounter there?
Bats.
Oh. Why did he rumor the bats?
I think if he rumored the vampire, he would be staked for sure. There are 2 stakes. But now, if Barry is a fighter vampire, and it is not rumored, so Godalming first staked.
I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like they were certainly gonna. What were they gonna do? Not check Florence? It seems like they were gonna check Florence either way.
I think if he rumored Barry, Godalming could have went there first with the stake, and then leave like Florence or Rome for later, right?
Yeah, but
I
why
actually
not rumor the host? Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. It's all a timing thing.
Yeah.
Put the hoax down first, then put the rumor right after the hoax, so they don't go for the hoax.
Maybe. Yeah. You definitely want hunters to check the bats, right? You don't want them to ignore that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've sung the praises of rumored bats many a time.
Yeah.
It just didn't seem like the place or the time in my mind, but I could be wrong.
Oh, and hoax is getting into the play, Look at the string of
It's
Dracula
just a
events.
rumor token.
Yeah, the density of Dracula events in the deck is actually very high. 1, 2, 3. 3 plus 4, so 7. 8 because in the hand. So from 25, there are 17 Dracula cards in the deck. So it is like fairly high density. it will be hard to find Dracula with event right now. And I get, like, it may be that what you see is what you get regarding the events, that hunters cannot expect to have any more meaningful events anymore.
So is Dracula in the Black Sea or the Tyrrhenian Sea?
Yeah. If he, you know, there's no money trail. You can risk Black Sea.
It's like I already said. Yeah, there's no money trail. And there's no hypnosis. So he should obfuscate by sea once more, and he has. He clearly agreed with that assessment.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to work out for him. It's going to cost him a lot of health. But how else do you get away from the hunters there? Do you really just wolf form to like 36 and hope for the best? I don't know about that.
The issue is that if he's in the Black Sea, he can die. I mean, wait a second. There's Dracula event. What we're talking about. So, and especially if it is speed, like Unearthly Swiftness or the Darkness Returns. First of all, Darkness Returns reshuffles a lot of Dracula events again, and speeds up mature of that stuff. Because if he lands without event, someone draws Mina scans, and we know where Dracula is. Simple as that. Either Cagliari or 1756, right? So, if Dracula goes to the Black Sea, hunters don't need any event apart from Consecrated Ground to win the game. Because if he lands without wolf form and without, albeit, the power, the power of darkness, whatever. I mean, the
Darkness Returns.
No.
You're right. Okay, if he's in Tyrrhenian and he wolf forms now, that was a good move to move Seward to 36 then, because you cover that. That means any wolf form from him would have to be to the Italia region, or
he doesn't have wolf form.
He's actually in Black Sea. Oh, you're right. He can't wolf form.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So if he lands if he's in Black Sea and lands, and they scan with Mina, and they block him with CG, he. Oh wait. Bias swords. But they need to guess where he is, because they have only 3 tokens if they guess wrong.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not an issue,
he's
because
in the Black Sea.
Yeah, they push him back, and then he dies because 5 damage from the 5 damage from the CG, 2 damage to the sea, and he's on like 1 health, right?
Well, it has to be that, or it's Cagliari, or it's Genoa.
I mean, it's not Genoa.
Then it's Cagliari, or it's 1756.
Yes, basically there are 3 locations. Cagliari is fairly safe. I mean, one excellent weather was used. The issues of the second excellent weather, you are only 8 health. That's what we are talking about, about how health matters. Like,
yes, your options are going to start becoming really limited. When you're on Cagliari, it's like you effectively have 2 less health.
Yeah, okay, this is very tense. Like, hunters really need to use this right. Imagine.
Okay, so we're gonna scan Italy.
Imagine hunters didn't use Surprising Return to get Rufus Smith. Okay, so he's in Italy. To be honest, if Mistergreen was some super sneaky, scary guy, maybe he's in Genoa, maybe he kinda hoped, something like that happens. How many hunters would go to Genoa right now? 1? Right? Maybe 2?
Oh, like, who's really gonna bother? Yeah.
Or Naples. But then you
see Speedy Telegraph, and then all of a sudden you're like, ooh.
No. I mean, he hoped to, maybe for Speedy Telegraph. I mean, this is quite standard thing that we
or
hope
Naples.
For.
Like you said, Naples would actually He's somewhat genius.
Yeah, and Naples and go to Bari. Ah, no, we expect actually Godalming probably will go to Bari. He kind of has.
No, you'd have to hide. Okay, so it wasn't Naples. So it's
Oh,
25 or it's Cagliari.
yeah.
We all know what it is.
If that is Vampire in Bari, especially Reckless Vampire, you just go to 7 right now. With him, so he hides, goes to
All he
6,
wants is steak.
then matures, goes to 11.
Wait.
Ah,
Where
right.
is he
The Vampire.
in this theory?
No, I'm saying if Bari has the Reckless Vampire.
Yeah.
This is big because this is like 2 turns, or like forces to find a stake and use Vampire Lair,
Yeah.
which is uncomfortable too. What if he's in Genoa with the fog and like, okay, if they walk onto me, I have the fog. They probably
I
don't have
fogged
forewarned.
them. Yeah.
If they don't, the mouth is open. Yeah, right. Obviously,
And then you can go to 36 afterwards,
yeah,
after you leave them in the fog.
it would be issue if they have CG and made him forced move out, blocked by hunters, and he doesn't have the wolf form. Then it would be
get awkward.
tricky, right? But what is this? He had 6 cards to pick from in a discard pile, so it's not like uh, and this is not an immediate card, and 6 cards for Dracula to pick from is a lot. Like there are a lot of good cards. Yeah, forcing Barry to mature, and you can, for example, like you're right actually. You can use hide, unearthly swiftness or darkness returns, and for example feed because why not? You're on 11 health, and what do you do, Stuart? Do you land on 2 encounters 11 health Dracula? But
Trading Godalming. What is he giving Godalming?
maybe lucky find,
Maybe.
or excellent weather. Second excellent weather.
Or even a Lucy's Revenge, because if you have to fight this reckless vampire,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Lucy's Revenge could actually save the game.
Or plant ambush. Yeah. Something like that, yeah. To be honest, even escape route, because if it is reckless and ambushes and like fangs once, this is like starting to
The spiral of problems will get faster.
Yeah. So this is actually tricky. Now he has 8 health. It was completely different when he was supposedly next to Helsing with 13 health and open a continent. Completely different when you're in Cagliari, you will be forced to move to the sea. And you're on the 8 health. But if he can hide with a fog, unless the second forewarned, do you want to bet on that? The deck is big. This is funny because I feel like Dracula was like step ahead entire game. We saw no
and then
big.
all the risk starts to catch up with him sooner or later.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, he did. And imagine he now makes a land move.
That would be kind of nuts.
That would be. Yes, heroic leap. That's right, Warcraft. And you have to go to sea, right? Yeah. Okay. So. And no room for Vampire Lair. So he can get like 7 points and win. He's in Genoa. That. Oh No. He has Vampire Lair, but it can be used only in the day. Play as an action during the day.
Yep.
So, and the
Wait,
event
oh, God.
and the event deck got back to 50. Half of the
Wow.
deck right now is Dracula events.
Wowie, wowie.
You can find it as well. Why Mistergreen is saying that? Vampire Lair is revealed for half of the game. Okay. I'm hyping you up, Mistergreen. Like I was prizing you entire game and you missed the revealed card, you know? This is crazy. Does he land move now? If he will,
Where was the hoax?
Hoax? Or Hoax was in Athens.
Why are there so many Dracula cards in the event deck?
Darkness Returns.
Oh, I forgot that does that. Right. It acts like a hoax. It shuffles the Dracula cards back in.
Yeah.
Right. I forgot about that part.
Are you sure, Warcraft, that he's in Cagliari? Are you sure that he's in Cagliari? Okay, you are sure. Okay, we are sure. Yeah.
Okay, so Vampire
So-
Lair now,
The game is on.
and then he goes down to 8 points, and you can still catch him.
Yeah, and actually it becomes really scary because he can lose the game.
But we don't know which C zone he's in, unfortunately.
You're right. We don't. Oh, that's crazy. I forgot about that.
He has just been doing a little circle with these C zones.
Yeah, he's so elusive. Like, he can be I think he can be the most elusive Dracula because he really does those little bit nitty tricky stuff and you're like off of the...
Little bit of the old Captain Drac Sparrow, only stopping to make port, have a feed, and then it's back to the sea, lad.
Yeah. Yes, Warcraft, you are completely right. Because what I was thinking is that maybe Mistergreen is in Genoa and he just makes a step and wins.
Hence the GG.
That's why if you find Vampire Lair, right? The sentence like this way. Yes. And now the crucial threshold of 5 health.
Will it be enough?
I think probably it was mistake of him to use Darkness Return here. Maybe he needed to go to the sea. He discarded a stake. Yes, wait, no renewed vigor. What I was trying to say, maybe he needed to use renewed vigor after landing. Okay, the game is the hunters. After all of that, hunters still can win. This is crazy for me. Yeah. Free stakes in a discard pile. Whew. You know, I'm getting stressed here.
Secondhand stress.
Yes.
Anybody's game still.
I know that Godalming could have killed the vampire in Bari, could have tried, but maybe fail, and maybe that was the risk. That would increase
the worst of all worlds, maybe.
Yeah, but maybe maybe Godalming moves, so he doesn't supply. Then maybe he tries instead. He moves away from Dracula or something, right? Maybe he tries and fails to kill the vampire, and vampire matures. maybe loses some stuff, and and then you land, and then use Darkness Returns and moves, and after landing you're safe and you move. No, I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm just, the game is like so convoluted
Well,
right now that
I've
I
raised that possibility before that sometimes
Is it better for Dracula to use his event card and
force a mature, or is it better for Dracula to give the hunters a chance to stop the mature and potentially mess it up?
yeah,
Heck, maybe they do actually stop it and you don't get the points, but the effort they put in is still makes it worth it for Dracula.
something like that. Yeah, that was my thinking. And maybe then like feed in Cagliari. So what do you do as Stewart? Move into 1v1 against 11 health drop? But I don't know that you need to survive it at least for health. So it is a little bit scary again.
It's like by playing the Darkness Returns, you guaranteed the mature, but now the hunters no longer have to make a decision about what to do with that vampire. The decision's been made for them.
Yeah,
All they have to decide now is what to do with the time that is given to them.
yeah. But that is true that the vampire mature also clears the trail. So we don't even know at what sea. It can be free time. Free time makes a charm, right? And he's in Tyrrhenian Sea for the third time in this game.
You're right.
And Wolf from Tuginoa.
Maybe now, yeah.
Or Venice, I think Rufus, he goes one more sea. Oh, okay, so he's in Ionian right now. Right, he has to be Ionian.
I think 47 is a pretty good spot to land too. You go South Atlantic and then just land in 47.
But he will land with a wolf farm.
Nah, you don't need to. You just land in 47.
Maybe, actually.
Yeah. What are they gonna do about it? They don't have money trail.
Go to 8 and use CG and force... Ah, wait, it doesn't matter. Right,
Yeah.
you are right, it doesn't matter, because as long as you make the second move, it's Gucci. Yeah.
They'd have to figure out you were there. They'd have to get people over there. I mean, then again, you gotta be careful, because... Right, like, what if they can actually reach 47, but they can't actually get to Sophia or like Salonika, right? So in other words, if your opponent decides to play to the out that they have, right? Maybe your opponent says, well, I find it extremely unlikely that Dracula would land at 47, but since it's the only place I can reach anyway, I might as well just check it anyway.
Well,
and then you're there.
Stewart can reach it, and we know that Mina can reach 50, right? But also Mina, she has horse and a knife, escape route, and one event. But I mean, she can have all events in the world because she can be pumped. She can have those events pumped. How many events? One on Godalming, actually 3 on Stewart. Stewart is obviously the most scary one, right? 2 on Helsing, 2 on Mina, 1 is escape route. And the issue is obviously we didn't see any renewed vigors or consecrated grounds yet, so the range is crazy of all the possible stuff.
Yes, there are a number of cards that could really ruin Dracula's day.
Yeah.
But it's as I've said. How are they going to know where he goes?
Yep.
How are they going to know? They're not going to know.
To be honest,
no way for him to know.
That's why I prefer... That's why I prefer to keep that surprising return for scouting. Like, okay, Rufus dealt 1, 2, 3, 4 damage this turn, which is extremely a lot, to be honest. Rarely Rufus does so much. And 8 health, difference between like 7 and 3 health is a big difference, that's true. But being able to like pick a location and say Dracula is or is not there, oh my, I think.
It can be extremely powerful, but and I agree, it's downright top tier even. Like it can be extremely useful.
Especially with combination with renewed vigor.
Yes, the only issue is if Dracula has enough obfuscation that one single search doesn't really help all that much.
Yes, but usually it is like there. When you have enough resources, in many cases, even like with CG, you can reach a lot of things, and sometimes you cannot reach all of them. And excluding one, the worst to reach location,
Right.
it's like all the change that is needed, like all the difference. If this is the worst location, but you know for sure it is, you can just fire everything in that direction. And if you check and it's not, then it can be enough for to clear everything else. So yeah.
So he's in Ionian or South Atlantic. That's 5 cities. Let's say, just for argument's sake, let's say he landed next turn with no wolf form. You'd have 5 cities to pick from. What do you do with your surprising return if you have it?
Next, like he lands this turn without the wolf form?
Yeah.
It
Where
depends.
do you search with surprising return? 12, 31, 47, 3, or 46?
It depends what I have. If I have full power CG, I check 47.
Why?
Because this is the only location where I cannot win the game if he's there. With CG alone.
But then how would you put down the CG token? Let's say 47's empty. He's not there.
Stewart moves to 31 during the day.
Okay.
And then I put CG 12, 36, 3. And nothing helps him. No, I don't even need forewarned. I don't even need renewed vigor. I just need.
Why 36?
Oh, 40, 46. 12, 46, 3.
But what if he landed in 46 and you reveal him there and then he just moves somewhere else?
I have enough CG tokens to push him back to C. If I check 12. If he's not there, I check 46. He's in 46. I put 55 in 50, and he's forced to see. I mean, not forced to see. He dies to the Dracula error.
Okay, so you mean you check those other places first?
I mean, we're talking about the scenario. I think it may be a little bit too convoluted, but we're talking about scenario we have CG, surprising return, and then day actions. So I check Santander.
You're talking about tomorrow. Yeah.
Yes. We're checking Santander with surprising return. If he's there. If he's not there, I move with Seward to Lisbon.
Yeah, and he's not there either. So he must have landed in 12, Athens, or Salonika.
Yes, and CG is enough to win the game then.
But which one do you put it down in? Where do you put the CG token?
12. If he's
Okay.
there, I have 3 tokens left, I kill him. If he's not there, I put 46. If he's there, I
You
have
still
enough.
have the 3 tokens left, and you could kill. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
That's the issue with a
Good
lot
call.
of.
That's the toughest part for me is trying to decide where to put the damn token before the rest of it comes into play.
I mean, that's the issue with the ports quite often. That they there is an order of road connections in them. That sometimes if you just put CG tokens in that order, you can get Dracula anyway, because in some ports you don't need all the tokens, right?
Okay, here's the wolf form. This is it.
This is it. I mean,
They gotta catch him today.
So-
Today, people. This is the big one.
they might have all the Heavenly Host tokens already, because the items. One was discarded in the previous deck reshuffleage. So, you know. Yes, no renewed vigor, which is a big deal.
Yeah, that's a darn shame.
I don't 100% agree that this is bad luck with power events. I mean, he still had Hypnosis and Money Trail, and I think like one of them. If he left Money Trail after Hypnosis, second C move by Dracula, and you're golden, right? You use Money Trail, and it is still decent.
Yeah, it's tough to say how much are you really entitled to.
Yeah. You know, and especially that there was Hoax Mature, and then Darkness Returns. Like, you know.
Mistergreen played a tough game with that Hoax Mature.
Yeah.
That Darkness Return.
And also with those moves, he really forced hunters to move a lot. Like, he really dragged them like along the map. All of them were forced to the east. Then, you know, that move with Cagliari, then going down to Italy, then back to Cagliari, and now wherever he is. I think, you know what? We are so focused on the Ionian Sea because there's only Mina that can reliably reach it, and she's fairly weak. But to be honest, Seward has to check all of the stuff by himself, so it can be like Saragossa or Lisbon, right? He can be in those, and how on earth hunters will ever
Yes.
check all of that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I mean, we've renewed Vigor.
6.
Actually, we've renewed
6
Vigor.
places he could have wolf formed just from the South Atlantic.
Yeah, but with the renewed Vigor, Helsing would be able to check 2 of them. Stewart another 2, so maybe not that bad.
He
Yeah.
is maybe looking for an out.
Like, what do we do here as hunters?
That might be all she wrote, I'm afraid. So many different places he could be, and I mean, it's 50 most likely, but you got to get somebody there.
But is it?
Then you got to.
I mean,
I bet he's in 50. Yeah.
Yeah, but Mistergreen showed us multiple times this game that he just doesn't care, just doesn't predictable stuff, right?
Sure, he could have done something unpredictable and creative. That's totally possible, but he only needs to move one more time to win the game.
Okay.
Why do something risky now?
And now,
all the time?
Mina forewarned, heroic leap, good game.
Or like the only other thing you could have done was maybe wolf form to Salonika, because that's actually one space further away from Mina Harker. So that puts the onus on them to have to play Renewed Vigor if she wants to get involved.
Yes, and but then he dies to Consecrated Ground, right?
Possibly.
I-
They'd still have to figure out you're there, but yes.
yeah, and so
No, there's no point doing that at that stage in the game when all you have to do is move one more space and win.
yeah, and most importantly, if this will be the last night, they'll be firing consecrated ground blindly where they can for the win.
You're right.
Like in this situation right now, if hunters have the consecrated ground, they played 31, 46. Oh, you're there. You lost the game.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the power of the consecrated ground. Like you can be in 3 locations, and if you're in any of them, you lose the game because hunters have nothing else to do but to kill you. To be honest, that's scary.
It goes back to what we were saying about how the events sort of invisibly balance. Oh, here's CG now. They
Yeah.
sort of invisibly balance the game, right? And the decision making of Dracula, right? Like, if the board was simply 60 random locations and that Dracula could sort of randomly move between,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be as good or as fun.
Yeah,
The idea is that his brain is influenced by the event cards that are out there, so that he knows
also,
what they're capable
like
of doing.
both players, right? Because hunters also play around what they have, what they don't have, what they can have, right? But yeah, I think like still the consecrated ground to have ability to win hunters a game here. If Draco was in one of the 3 locations, like just like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe not because there are only 3 tokens. But still.
But he didn't know that.
He didn't know that.
Or
That's
maybe
true.
he did, but in other situations it could have been another token.
Yeah. By Natsu playing now, he can lose 3 ideas, so I wouldn't recommend. And he cannot gain anything. Vampiric influence. Plant ambushes. No.
Take the yeah, I was gonna say
He
the
can-
planned ambush.
He cannot. Yeah, plant ambush is actually can be good enough, right? Unlucky hand from
Well, that's-
Dracula with no mesmerize and no strength. That happens. And I kill you.
And he only had 3 hit points left.
Yes,
I mean, there was
exactly.
a total chance of getting him there.
Oh, what a move! He moved onto Mina. That guy.
Classic. Yeah, classic.
Okay,
All right, I'm gonna hop off. I've been
sure.
commenting Fury of Dracula for like 3 hours now. Take a little break.
Really? Okay. Thanks for
I
joining
just got
me,
out of
Captain
one.
Gyro.
Thanks for having me, buddy. It was such a good time.
Yeah,
We should
it
definitely do
was.
this more often.
Definitely. You're a true captain.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for watching.
Bye. Okay. Thanks for watching, people. Thanks for participating in the comment section, discussing. It was an amazing game. Like to be honest, not to take away anything from Gio, he was trying his best to catch Dracula. I bet that if he had actually renewed vigor, or that he like the winning the game was within his reach, right? I do believe that he made some crucial mistakes, like small but pivotal, like using Forewarned for the Foggy in Athens. Yeah, if Mina had Forewarned there, that could have been a game. Using both Hypnosis and Money Trail. Yeah, too much, little bit too much in those scenarios, I think. But he was up with the trail. He was up with items and up on Dracula ass. So basically, he forced a lot of C moves from Dracula. So he forced Dracula to be low on health. Funnily enough, despite that Dracula fed and despite that Dracula matured the Desecrated Soil. But to be honest, all those tricky moves with feeding to bait hunters deeper onto Cagliari, to with that wolf form from Florence and trying to go from Florence. Lots of cool stuff. I really like the game, and I hope you like it too. So yes.